Good morning. In the last video, we went to town and picked up a new rainwater harvesting tank. It's a larger tank than what was there before. Let me show you. Speaking of rain, we might possibly get some today. Not sure. It is forecasted, but it's not a high percentage. But I definitely want to get the rainwater tank in place before the heavy rain set in. It is a used tank, but it's new to me and it was cheap. It was only $80 for the tank. But before I put the tank in place, I've got to address this issue. We had a rabbit that tried to dig under there to try to get into the veggie food forest. But I want to do what I did with the shipping container and put a channel of cement in so they can't dig through. What you doing, Kellogg, huh? Did you find any rascally rabbits? I believe we have about 1.5 bags of cement, and that should work for what I need it for. I believe it's in this shipping container because we cleared out the other one. Somewhere in here. Oh, I already see. Right there is the 1/2 bag. And I'll try to locate the other. Oof, this is another project I'm going to be working on, is cleaning this out. Aha, I found it. Awesome. I just wanted to show you an example of what we did in the veggie garden because they were digging under here. We still need to finish, as you can see, but they don't dig under here anymore. And this is just a dry pour. Then I wet it down and it works. We've done the same thing on this side of the shipping container, but this concrete is covered over with gravel. But we haven't had any digging because there used to be huge rabbit holes. They'd go under because they get protection under here. This was a really bad spot here, but we don't have to worry about that anymore. Now that I'm looking at it, 1.5 bags might not do the trick, but we'll see. If I need to pick up another bag later, I can do so. But I'm gonna go ahead and start digging the trench, then laying the concrete in. Okay, I have the dry pour in. It's slanted away from the building. I'm gonna go ahead and mist it with water. Slightly spray it a couple times, and then let that dry. Okay, so I'll let that soak in and come back in about 10 minutes. I guess while I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit, go ahead and kind of level this out. So it's only been about 5 minutes, but I'll go ahead and spray it again. Want to get it saturated. Well, we might just get some rain. It feels like it anyways. It's that cold breeze coming in. Anyways, I let this set for about 30 minutes and it's already starting to get hard. So I went ahead and started working on the blocks and leveling them out because I want the tank above ground. So that way I can get in with a watering can. That's why I've got these 2 barrels up like that. They're compost tea. Put this aside for now. That's better. I did put 2 blocks on the back side because I wanted the back to be higher so the tank leaned towards the nozzle. There we go. And I've got that side. Oh, anyways, I put the level on that and it does lean to the front. And so does this one. The hard part's going to be getting that tank into here because the doorway is pretty narrow. But luckily I have this wide open space. It's just lifting it up above these pallet walls. I had to get Jeff's help for this next part.
Which way is this thing aiming?
It's gonna go out, so I'll come around this side.
It's going to go out.
Yeah, so just if you'll just go that way with it. Watch out, puppies. Oh, you're lifting it high right now. Okay. I guess it would have been good for me to pick it up. Yes, wait, we have to set it down first so I can get a better grip on it. Okay. So you're picking it up at what bar?
The very bottom.
Oh, the very...
There's handles on the bottom.
Okay. All right, are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll come around to the other side. Yep. Okay, push. Tell me when.
All right, you're staying on that end?
Uh-huh. It's going in just like this. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that was kind of difficult. All right, so I guess I'll have to get on this end and you can get over there.
Well, yeah, you can balance it on the first two so that you can get out from under and get around it.
Well, the tank is in and there's room for one more if I want to add it in later. The only thing I have to do, or we have to do, I don't know, is find an extension for that. So it's over here. I think there's more of that in the shipping container. So that way we can extend that part.
Well, you want to take this piece off and put a bigger piece in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And plus those need to be screwed together because they want to fall apart when there's heavy windstorms. I've already fixed it twice this season. And I'm starting to feel raindrops. Give us 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Jeff has the extension and I put some soap in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want it to be greasy because it had palm oil in it. 2,000 pounds. Anyways, so, and then I rinsed it out and I'm gonna let it soak for a second because most of the oil's at the bottom. And then I'll drain it. If I was using this tank for drinking water, I would definitely make sure it was clean, clean, clean. But since it's just to water the garden, it's just an extra tank, we're gonna just go ahead and try to get most of the oil down to the bottom. And eventually, with the rain going in there and filling it out, it'll flush it out anyways. And it's not a harsh chemical, it's just palm oil, so I'm not really worried about that in my garden. There's just a little bit in there anyways. So I'm not gonna use this cap. Actually just gonna put this piece that was on the blue barrel, but it did have a piece of PVC that went through the hole there. But I can skip that since this hole's so big. That way it's easily removable. Oh yeah, that's a nice long piece. We should be able to get it down to this. It's probably gonna need some kind of support system though. So a board is gonna go right here for support, hooked to this metal frame. But I forgot that I do have to use this because the PVC that goes there and this will support this side of it. Because if I just put this down there, then it's kind of wobbly and not good support. But I'll use that lid because I can't use the one that came with the tank because this is stuck inside, I guess because of the oil. And I was able to get the centerpiece out of this one. So that way the PVC piece can screw down in there, and then I can put the pipe in. Jeff's drilling the hole for the support on that side. Go ahead and screw this down. Oh, that worked perfect. I'm gonna get my wrench and tighten that up a bit. Perfect. Okay. be good. Okay. Alright, I'm just kind of piecing it together. So this is what I had on the other tank, except it was just one piece. This is actually what connected the tanks together. So I put this here, so if I get another tank, I can just connect it in this port here. What happened?
Trying to get this off.
Oh. The water's been in the tank for a little while now, so decided to go ahead and drain that. And this has been annoying to work with because the vinyl, it sits in the sun and then it's harder to work with. The new ones are more pliable. These are definitely more brittle, so you gotta be careful not to break them. Okay, we finally got it done. Like I said, that top piece was a pain in the butt, but I did take some soap and wash the outside as well as I told you about the inside. But it's good for now, and there is a cover going on it because we had bought those several seasons ago and we only used them for one season. So I'm going to use the covers, and I'm not sure how long they're going to last. They're rated for 5 years. Anyways, you don't want to leave it exposed like this or algae will grow because these let light in, and that's not a good thing. These tanks here are solid color. They do not allow light to go in, where unfortunately these do. Most people will take these bars out here and just take the tote out and paint it, and we might do that later. But for now, we'll use the cover because it works fine. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And when I add another 275 in, that will be 550 extra gallons of water. Much better than the old system because I would have had to put in 8 barrels because they're only 55 gallons a piece. I was wrong. I'd have to have 10 of these barrels to equal that. Then you have to put in all the piping. It's just so much better to go with the IBC totes. We only got a sprinkle, so we were good, and I'm really excited for the monsoon season this year because it says it's supposed to be a pretty wet one. They're not always right, so I need to get that second tote in. But at $80 a pop, you cannot beat that. The only thing, they are kind of weathered, and the guy who has them is up in the forest of the Coconino National Forest, and they got a little grimy on the outside, but I cleaned them as best as I could. And I need to pull this metal frame out. Somehow it got bent, and I don't like how it's pushing into that plastic. Before I end the video, I just want to go over that the rainwater is collected off of this lean-to garden shed here. It goes into this gutter system here, which we set up last season. And then down from the side, it comes to the back here. It's a closer look of how that is. Then one of these drainage pipe things, PVC, elbow, another PVC, a T, and I'll put a garden hose here for overflow, and it'll go into the next tank. I used to have 2 IBC totes connected together, so I do have the piping that connects them together. The only problem is we had a lot of cracking in the winter, so I would have to take that off in the winter, which I could do. But I'm not sure if I want to hook them together just yet. We'll see how it works out with them not connected other than the overflow going into the secondary tank. Sorry if there was any wind noise during the last half of the video because my microphone stopped working. But luckily it doesn't seem like there's much wind. So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me during this project. But we have to get going because we're going to go head up on an adventure to the Grand Canyon. I'll share that on my other channel. But hopefully we'll see you next time. If you want to check out more videos, they'll be over here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so there. Bye for now.